Hi readers, it's Miss Heckathorn. Today we're going to be making some predictions using our Thought Jot trackers. Hopefully you have your Thought Jot tracker with you. If not, that's okay. You can still make some predictions. We're going to begin by taking a look at my large Thought Jot tracker. It begins by reminding us that we use our schema and what happens in the text to make predictions as we read. We'll start by making predictions before we read by looking at the cover and title of the text and predicting what we think the story will be about. Our story today is Lily's Purple Plastic Purse by Kim and Henskes. By looking at the cover page, I see Lily with her purple plastic purse. She seems to really like that purse. And since the title's called Lily's Purple Plastic Purse, I think something might happen to Lily's purse. In fact, I'm going to predict that Lily loses her purse. I've written my prediction on a sticky note, and I'm going to put that right next to my before reading on the Thought Jot tracker. Let's get started and see if my prediction is correct. Lily loved school. She loved the pointy pencils. She loved the squeaky chalk. She loved the way her boots went clickety-clickety-clack down the long, shiny hallways. She loved the privacy of her own desk. She loved the fish sticks and chocolate milk each Friday in the lunchroom. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shirts. He wore glasses on a chain around his neck. And he wore a different colored tie for each day of the week. "Wow," said Lily. That was just about all she could say. Wow. Instead of greeting students or good morning pupils, Mr. Slinger winked and said, "Howdy." He thought that desks in rows were old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think you can handle a semicircle? And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Me too," said her friends Chester and Wilson and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. "I am the teacher," she told her baby brother Julius. "Listen up." Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe picture encyclopedias. "What's with Lily?" asked her mother. "I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva," said her father. "It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger," said her mother. "Wow," said her father. That's just about all he could say. Wow. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing and writing. Lily went often. She had lots of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During sharing time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That's just about all he could say. Wow. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily stood in line even though she didn't ride the bus. Lily raised her hand more than anyone else in class, even when she didn't know the answer. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. On Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune when it was opened. I'm going to make a prediction right here based on my text. I know Lily's purse makes music. She has it with her Monday morning. So I think Lily will play with her purse in class and Mr. Slinger will have to take it. This will be how Lily loses her purse. So, do you have a prediction of what might happen to Lily's purse? If you do, you can pause the video right here and write it down before we continue. Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Listen to our story. Lily had a hard time listening. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Let's be considerate to our classmates. Lily had a hard time being considerate. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Wait until recess or sharing time. But Lily could not wait. I have a prediction I want you to make. The text says that Lily really wants to show everyone her things, but Mr. Slinger tells her she has to wait. What do you think will happen? What do you predict will happen next? Pause right here and write that down. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. Look, Lily whispered fiercely. Look, everyone, look what I've got. Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger. He was not amused. Well, the text says that Mr. Slinger is not amused. I predict he's going to take Lily's things from her. So I wrote that on a sticky note. I'm going to add that to our Thought Tracker. Let's find out. I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack Mr. Slinger had served before recess. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought, and she thought, and she thought, and then she became angry. And she thought, and she thought, and she thought some more, and then she became furious. She thought, and she thought, and she thought a bit longer, and then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Well, I've made another prediction. The text says that Lily became furious. And if you look closely at the illustrations, you can see that too. I predict that the picture Lily drew of Mr. Slinger was not a nice picture. Oh. Big, fat, mean Mr. Stealing Teacher. Wanted by the FBI. P.S. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. The text says that Lily put the note in Mr. Slinger's bag. Pause right here and write down what you predict that will make Mr. Slinger feel when he sees it. Oh, Mr. Slinger. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her purple plastic purse back. It's a beautiful purse, said Mr. Slinger. Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up, Lily said, and she marched out of the classroom. On the way home, Lily opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Well, I can tell that Lily feels bad about what she drew, and it says that she felt simply awful. So I predict Lily's going to run back to the school and see if she can fix this. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. That night, Lily drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote a story about him, too. And Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school the next day. "I think Mr. Slinger will understand," said Lily's mother. "I know he will," said Lily's father. The next morning, Lily got to school early. "These are for you," Lily said to Mr. Slinger, "because I'm really sorry." The check says that Lily's sorry. Pause right here and write down what you predict will happen next. Mr. Slinger read the story, and he looked at the picture, and he read the note, and he sampled the snacks. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. "What do you think we should do with this?" Mr. Slinger asked. "Could we just throw it away?" asked Lily. "Excellent idea," said Mr. Slinger. During sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star sunglasses. Then she did a little performance using them as props. "It's called interpretive dance," said Lily. Mr. Slinger joined in. "Wow," said the entire class. That was just about all they could say. Wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but did not disturb a soul. Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily snacks to everyone's delight. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" asked Mr. Slinger. "A teacher," everyone responded. Lily's response was the loudest. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. As the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy, and she really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser or a scuba diver. Well, we made some great predictions, but we're not done yet. We made some predictions before and during reading, but when we finish a story, we want to go back and think about which predictions we made that were correct and which ones were incorrect. So let's do that real quick. My first prediction was that I thought that Lily would lose her purse in the story, and that was sort of true, but I sort of adjusted that prediction later on. So I'm going to put the letters A-D-J on that prediction because I adjusted that prediction. My next prediction was that Mr. Slinger will take the purse, and that's how Lily loses it. And that's how I adjusted my first prediction, and that was correct. So I'm going to give it a check. My next prediction was that I predict Lily is going to get in trouble for not waiting, and that was correct too, so I'll give it a check. Then I predicted that it was not going to be a nice picture, but a mean picture of Mr. Slinger, and that unfortunately was correct too. But my final prediction was incorrect. I said that she was going to go back to school and try and take the drawing back, but she did not do that, so I'm going to give myself an X for that one. Well, boys and girls, we did a wonderful job of making predictions. Go back and check your predictions as well. If you adjusted a prediction, you can write ADJ. If your prediction was correct, give it a check. And if it was wrong, give it an X. And don't forget to keep making predictions. Happy reading, boys and girls.